welcome back to another episode of Budget Bangers, which I've been doing it again. I've not learnt my lesson from the Mazda, and I've just gone and bought another car for scrap, hoping that I can save it. I'm not going to learn my lesson, let's face it. I enjoy what I do too much. So what have we got? We've got a 2005 mk6 Ford Fiesta with 137,000 miles on it. It's due an MOT. The bodyworks need some attention, but we're going to have a look around it and we're going to see what we can do. My plan is to make a little series out of this, going back to how my videos started out, where I buy a car, I do the work, and then I get it up for sale. And that's about it really, nothing exciting. So we'll start here on this corner. Nice little bit of a scratch there, most of that would polish out. We're missing the tonneau cover, never a good sign. Then around the front corner, we are missing some wheel trims. Now this car also has a terrible wheel bearing noise in this corner, and I can tell you now, it's because somebody has put the wrong hook nut, which if I show you, that is what the hub nut is supposed to look like. They're supposed to be, they're a funny hub nut. They've got like little plates that are kind of squashed together to make a nut. It's a strange idea, but yeah. So once a wheel bearing on this side that I know, and a set of wheel trims. Some of Eurocar Parts Finest will sort that out. We do have a little bit of rust at the bottom of the wing, but it still feels relatively solid. I haven't gone nuts and poking at it because I don't want to poke a hole in it. Yeah, down the side here as well, not too bad. Bit of something going on there, whether it's been in Asda or Tesco's car park. Other supermarkets are available, and somebody's clattered it with the door. But all in all, not too bad. I don't know whether we've got something going on here, because something just doesn't seem to match up here. So I don't know what the secret is going on here, but for what I paid for it, I'm not really bothered. You know, a bit of muck around the moss around the windows and around the mirrors and things like that. Nothing too exciting. That's bird muck, so we don't want to be poking that. A bit of a scuff here, which I would dare say as well, most of that could polish up, because I think it's transfer mostly. Now, bottom of the sills, although they're starting to get a bit of surface rust on them, they are quite good. These, the pre-facelifts, don't seem to suffer as much as the facelift models, with the sills rotting on the back. On the facelift models, by now that would have been welded up. And around the back again, you know, scuff, nothing too major. It looks like it's not had a wash for a long time. Typical old car stuff. Ooh. These normally seize up, so I'm quite impressed by that. One thing I've noticed, number plate isn't secure at all. I dread to think of what it's like behind there. I'm hoping it hasn't rotted through. And again here, just another little scuff. Bit of touch-ins, bit of polish, that's all you'd really do with that. You wouldn't go to the extent of painting in this corner and that corner, because you'll have scratches all along here once you dig underneath that dirt, and you'll end up repainting the whole bumper, which on a 2005 car, it's not really worth doing. Then you've got little bits here, and it's what I would call a bitty car. You've got bits here and bits there, and again, most of that looks like it's been transferred from whatever hit it. So I dare say that could polish out as well. Them trims there, so you can see there's something. I don't know whether that one trim's just lost its colour, or if it's had a scrape and somebody's put the wrong colour trim back on. It'll be it's got good tyres on. I'm not going to bother showing you all the tyres because, let's be fair, it's the ditch finders, and that's about it really. They've got good tread on, that's all I care about. You know, mirror's good, again, just want a good cleaning. A lot of the plastic's treating. This wing, something does not appear to be right. The bottom's gone Bluetooth, which, if I get my manky finger out there, isn't good. But pretty sure I have one of these behind my garage. Just needs painting. It's the wrong colour, which, as you can see, you got bits here and bits there, and yeah, that's just the start of it. If the eagle eyes will notice, the bonnet has had a bit of a going over, and so is this bumper corner. Now, the lad I bought it off, he's had a clatter. He's already got put headlight in it, which I tell you, pre-facelift headlights, not easy to come by. So this is a majority of the reason as to why it was cheap. And this is a tough one. Now, this car came to me thanks to Lewis from Flipping Cars UK, my mate. He thought a cheap mk6 Focus, I know just the fool to go and buy that. Unfortunately, that fool is me. But yeah, I was hoping I could save on the bumper. Now, I would have bought it sight unseen if I knew somebody colour-coded, gone to the time of colour-coding the cable ties. I'm not going to lie, seeing that, I turned it into a little bit of a tripod, got myself excited. Love it. Absolutely love it. I've had a look online, bumpers for them. You can get a brand new primed one for 62 quid or so. But that is for a colour-coded bumper one. Now, you get these where you can only get them half coloured, where it is a full coloured one, which obviously this one is not. Whether it would make a difference, I would dare say no. Now, my options in terms of all this a bit of hammer and dolly work and a bit of filler, you could probably get that right to an extent. The wing wants to go in the bin. Bumper realistically wants to go in the bin, and I've just noticed we're missing the bottom grille as well. Now, I have a facelift bumper, and I definitely have one facelift headlight. Whether I have two or not is a different matter. Now, I potentially have a facelift grille as well, which I'm sure you can see where my thoughts are going. Now, the facelift bumper is one I took off my silver one that featured on the channel, and it had, I think it was this side, it's behind me on the scrap pile. It's got a crack in it, which is repairable, but it is a facelift one. Now, if I was to facelift this properly, you'd be looking, I'm pretty sure bonnet and the wings are the same. It's the headlights, the grille and the bumper that are different on the front, and on the back you have the rear bumper. If we go to it, the rear bumper and the rear lights are different. And also on facelift ones, this isn't black, this is always colour coded. Now, the facelift ones generally coloured all the way, but these reflectors are in like big circle domes that stick out a bit, if you catch me drift. So, do we go to that extent? Don't think that would be a viable option, but it'd be a fun option. They did do facelift versions on a 55. 05, they weren't there, but then they brought out the facelift on a 55. And you can sometimes get pre-facelift on a 55, and you can get a facelift on a 55 as well. Obviously, I don't think doing that would be viable to this car. It would benefit from it because these pre-facelifts are quite dated to look at. I have found the bumper, an actual matching bumper like that, for £45, but it's down in Leeds, which is a bit too much of a trek for me. And to go and get a bumper, don't get me wrong, I do it, but realistically I'm too busy. I just don't have the time to do that. But anyway, we'll have a look inside. The inside's just as lovely. If I open it, that would be a good start. I hope I'm not shaking the camera too much because it's bloody freezing. And I've just caught the door on the wall as well. That's genius. Now inside here isn't too bad really. Obviously if I was going to facelift it properly, I'd have to change the stereo as well if I wanted to do it properly. But that's not really something you would worry about when you face it. Typical Fiesta. Handle's broken. I think the cable's alright, but I do have one of them as well, because you can get them off eBay. I think they were like £8 for a pair, and if you only got one broken, you only use one and keep one. So this seat looks like leather, but I can reassure you it is not. Now obviously I'm not going to touch it. In desperate need of a clean. Now the lad that I bought this car off was a man who works in industry. From what I could gather, he had good old mucky hands like these and things like that. I'm not calling that by any way, shape or form, but I think he's just been clambering in with his work clothes and hammered this seat. I mean, like, it's shining, as you can see, so that desperately needs a clean. Even the backs, I mean, like, I'm touching on that's smooth, which isn't a good sign. So realistically, this isn't the weather to be doing this sort of clean on the inside, because it's freezing. What I would like to do is I'd like to take it out and clean it all off, potentially because of the state it didn't give it a jet wash. Then I'd have to take it inside, and I have a wife that would play holy hell with me if there is a car seat propped up against the radiator, hogging all the heat mainly. But inside, other than, you know, your general clean, things like that, in the back, that's mine, so we'll ignore that. Yeah, it came with a set of pads and an oil filter as well. I've had a look, I think I want some discs as well. But we're not going to criticise that too much. It's that cold you can even see my breath. And there's a parcel shelf as well. Yes, result. Nobody cares really, but result. Now if we park myself in this beautiful seat and we give it a fire up, you can see there 137,000, which for an 05 car you could probably say is low miles. It's not a low mileage car, but for an 05 car it is. Now we do have a management light, as you can see there. Tends to be one reason why a mk6 Fiesta has an engine management light on, and that is a lambda sensor, bank one to be exact. It's a common fault on them. Quite simply, it's just was a lambda sensor. I've done loads of them. I think I might even have one kicking around. You can get them off eBay for peanuts, and I mean peanuts, like 15 quid. And they work as well, just so you know for future reference. But in here, other than the power button for the radio, you have to give it a wiggle. Everything is as it should be. Personally guarantee you the aircon will not work, but the light does. Let's have a look. Too cold for doing this. No, I don't know whether it's just way too cold outside or whether that's actually working. No, it's just way too cold outside. Oh. No service history, but it does come with a radio code, which is on a little post-it, which is always handy, if you could say that. There's nothing really too exciting to show you. It doesn't have an auxiliary input. It doesn't have anything, you know, you got stereo controls. It doesn't even have front fog lights. It's got electric windows and electric mirrors, which will help it a lot. But other than that, it is what it is. It's a good little user. Now, the boot release doesn't work, which is a very common thing. It's a little solenoid in the boot. Now, I can't remember what's in here. Oh, we've got a wheel trim. So we've got 3. Yeah, man. Oh, that's quite full. Lovely. Might get an oil filter. Probably not. I'll just keep that. And then use the filter on something that's probably worth to do an oil and filter on. A tyre. Oh, where's the rest of it? Good tyre by the looks of it, though. We are missing something, but potentially have one of them wheels kicking around as well. Sad, I know. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Well, what do you, as my viewers and subscribers, reckon we should do? Should I... Let's look at it this way. Option 1, we basically get it road legal and safe for somebody to use, which does not mean fixing that, it means leaving that. It does want a washer bottle, which I may have back there somewhere as well. The washer bottle's completely missing, it got broken off. So that means we need to get it. So anyway, waffling on again. Option 1, get it MOT'd and road legal. And sell it with that damage. I'll obviously try and tackle the other bits and tidy it up a little bit more, and then just sell it as a cheap car, which with an MOT on it and that bit of damage, that could be 795. This is just like a little cheapy trade clearance car, whatever you want to use the legal term for it. Basically a car that'd be sold to sea. You wouldn't put a warranty on a £800 car. Or what we could do is option 2. We could get a bumper, put a wing on it, sort the bonnet out, get it road legal and get it looking nice as well, or as nice as you could expect from a 2005 car. Basically sort out the damage, put a wing on it, and then tidy it up, and even go to the extent of giving it a full-on clean on the inside. Whereas if I was just getting it road legal and safe, honestly, I'd probably just give it a bit of a hoover out and see what I can do with the seat without taking a wet vac to it. Or option 3, which is the one that I'm not really for, is facelifting. I'll be honest with you, it's not viable doing that. I mean, like, if we get the paintwork sorted, I dare say this could be £1,000 car. I know it means pouring more time and money into it, but it'd be £1,000 car. It's got to be, hasn't it? A tidy car with a good MOT in it, it's got to be worth £1,000 these days. Yeah, well, the option 3 is facelifted, which, I'll be honest with you, not a viable option to me. We obviously bumper, headlights, grille, sort the wing out, rear bumper, rear lights. Now what I would like to do to this is do a bit of like put like a Z-Tech S bumper on a Z-Tech and things like that, and Z-Tech S it a bit, maybe kind of make it look a bit more interesting, get some cheap alloy wheels for it and things like that. But that's just not viable, really. So yeah, option 1, 2. Option 3 is a half-hearted option, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm more myself looking towards option 2. So that's me throwing my bit into the hat. But let's see what you think. But anyway, as normal, I've rambled on way too much, so we'll leave this video here. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Just past 800 subscribers, we need to get to that 1,000, the magic 1,000, and then the channel will start earning, and then we can invest more in buying things like this. So yeah, thank you for watching, I'll see you on the next one.